Ah, gotta actually turn it on physically. Vigilante Williamson here on the 11th episode of Late Saturday Night with Vigilante Williamson, my Saturday night show that initially started because I didn't have any solo shows. I was doing so many streams on other channels. And now because I'm doing weekdays, um, it's not the only solo show I have. Sorry about the delay. My mic stand actually broke yesterday when I was not co-hosting, guest hosting the MF for Cocktail Lounge. If you saw that, and it wasn't on air like visually, but it did happen because you heard a bunch of bumps going on. That's why I was just holding the stand. So I'm using an alternate stand. I forgot to get it set up. This is my old stand. Um, it's not set up as like the same like boom mechanism through the desk. So I forgot to set it up. I did. Here I am. Well, thank you for being here, whether you're live or watching the playback. Not too many of you've been watching. Not sure if it's the time switch of being earlier in the day. Not sure if it's YouTube. Not sure if it's a combination of both, but a few of you have been watching. Yeah, Cold Arrow, you were on yesterday. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being on. And greetings and salutations to Pope Chewbacca Cabras, excuse me, the fourth, aka Wookie. Just call him Wookie. I mean, I don't know if he's supremacy, lies matter, whatever. Wook. We have a show. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. Um, this is going to be a lot of trailers. Not a lot, just a couple, I guess. Trailers. A meme of the day. A shout out to. I'm not sure if he's even going to show up. A shout out to a loyal listener for the meme of the day. I mean, it's not that great of a meme. There's another meme I could have probably used. It probably been better, but whatever. Yeah, that's you. That's you. Wook. Let the Wookiee win. Let the Wookiee win. Before kind of even getting into the article stuff or the trailers or anything, I don't know if it's a bone to pick is the right word. And I hate because this is a very inspecific thing, but it's a thing that I'm seeing. And I'm not in the business of telling people what to do, how to think, how to react to things. But there's a peculiar element to a recently, I don't know if you want to call it a hot story, but a story that people have really been on in the community. I call it the community. I actually got a little smoke from that fellowship. No, it's a community. It's a community. Not a fellowship. It's too many people to be a fellowship. The fuck. We're not the. We're not a fraternal organization either. We're a community. It's a bunch of different people with their own views, but we all come together, so to speak. But there's an extended community, almost the conservative. I don't know if you want to call it the conservative community, the non-leftist community. And a lot of people in that community, a lot of people in that group, that mindset, the non-leftists, have been, I would say to an extent, rightfully championing Dave Chappelle. Nothing wrong with championing Dave Chappelle. I still have not seen the special. Started to see some clips. Look funny. I want to make sure it's something that's genuinely funny and not something that's funny because, a lot of people, again, in this fellowship, community group, whatever, we can be so hardcore into all this politics shit, which it's pissing me off. But something like this, where you have this mainstream comedian kind of bucking the trend, so to speak, of wokeness, the conservatize. I sometimes call them the cuck-servitize. Conservatives, but I'm gonna go with that add on the cuck-servitize. So it's okay to champion Dave Chappelle, but they're really behind what Netflix is doing. And it's like, well, I don't know if you know this. About a year ago, they had this thing called Cuties, which was a hair away from CP. And it was a huge thing. It's the same company. People are still, because they're pushing back at some of the woke individuals that used to be employed, I should say, or maybe have been suspended. That a lot of stuff going on. They're pushing back against a lot of wokeness, and so people are celebrating them. They agree with me. They agree with me. Let's celebrate them. That's champion Netflix, who again a year ago was peddling CP basically in cuties. Let me see if I can find something from a year ago. Let me see. Yep, I found it. Let me get it on the screen. I found the exact quote that I wanted to quote because there was a misreporting about that cuties that just kept going on, and I noticed it, and I want to clarify that. Yeah, you don't know too many conservatives supporting cuties. Everyone was banned Netflix a year ago. They were banned Netflix a year ago, but now Netflix does something you agree with. Oh, how did you? This is an interview from one of the creators of Cuties. How did you cast a female lead for Tia Yusuf Abdali? The casting process was a saga. We spent over 6 months and saw 650 candidates. It was only in the last hour or the last day we found Fatia. It was a real emotional moment. The misreporting that there were 650 candidates for the entire cast. Did we get a picture? There was like 4 or 5 major characters. That was 650 candidates for one character. Only God knows how many characters or how many young ladies were in the casting call for this film. Again, a year ago, ban Netflix. Get rid of your Netflix. But the second they do something you agree with, y'all championing these people. Look, nobody's more of a free speech advocate than me. I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan. And listen, I'm not telling everybody to hate Netflix. I'm not telling you what to do. But they don't deserve championing. For fuck's sake. They're still the same company. If there's any consistency to them, it's that they're consistently championing their own products. And they're backing up the stuff that they produce because that's the only link. But never forget that the same company that you're championing, because they're doing something that you may or may not agree with how they're handling a lot of woke employees, they're the same company that were all for this and backed this up and didn't care if you boycotted their platform for it because they knew you would come back. Pope Chewbacca Cybers, aka Wookie, says he's a conservative and he dumped Netflix after the Q thing. A lot of people did. But now they're hi everybody. Hey Fish Shozo. Appreciate it. I might have a commercial for you coming out soon. Only reason Netflix won't pull something because it makes the money. Bottom line, there are no morals in play. Agreed. I just wish, and little hater Fish, I just wish so many people weren't like patting them on the back. They deserve no pats on the back, man. Again, they're only doing this because Dave Chappelle's going to make them a lot of money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like Dave Chappelle. They just deserve no pats on the back. They deserve no credit. They deserve nothing. If you still use their platform, God bless you. That's on you. If you like Dave Chappelle, you still want to watch, that's fine. If you agree with him, that's fine. But don't pat this company on the back. For God's sake, whatever you do not pat this company on the back. That's all I ask. And again, I've always, not always, but I've said something on that. I don't know what it is. It's like that. And it's not everybody. It's not everybody in the community or the conservative or people who are non-leftist. It's not everybody, but there's a huge contingent that just when someone comes out in agreement with them, they're so quick for validation that they're just willing to just jump. Oh, this person said something about this that I agree with. Oh, and they're just champion. Oh, let's reshare, and that's cool. I'm not knocking you, but it's just like it's not the way to move. At least that's what I think. I'm just one guy, just one asshole on the internet. Not try to criticize anyone. I just noticed that, And I keep noticing some form of that, and it bothers me. It really does. It really does. Alrighty. Let's see. What do we get? I don't want to just go right into the trailers. Plus, I didn't share the screen properly, so even if I did, couldn't do it. Just had to say that, and we'll get into the rest of the show. Hell, Fireball Productions. Oh shoot, I can't do it because I have to share. Oh, we are. Isn't that lovely? I don't know what the hell's happening there. Gotta stop the screen share. But hell, Fireball Productions. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying Houston. Again, the guest host of the MFR Cocktail Lounge. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is the case in point. Most conservatives never gave a fuck about Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? And then she said something you agree with, and everybody is just, oh my God, oh my God. Had a, this is a rhythm. Got Yo-Yo from Cold Era. It's a riddle. We don't know what he had. Okay, let's try to share the screen. Hopefully, we're not getting epileptic seizures. All righty. All right. So the first thing, we actually don't have much as far as stories. I don't know how long this is going to be. This is really just 2 trailer reactions and some rambling. There's nothing. There's not. This is a thinner show. Had a great day at the Ren Fair. Super gay. Super gay. Uh-oh. We got the drop for that. We got the drop for that. Ha! Gay! I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've never gone to a Renaissance fair. I'm not trying to stereotype. It's not something typically that my people have been a huge fan of. Not to say there's always a few weird ones. Not saying they're weird just because they like Renaissance fair. Yeah, anyone into the Renaissance fair is weird to me. I'm sorry. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We're going to get into that fish show, so we'll be watching the trailer. I saw that trailer already, and I'll give my thoughts. I did not see the Black Adam trailer, so I'll be reacting to that live. Hell's Axe. Hell's Axe. Since your dildo lives, is he here? I didn't see him. And he said, don't be racist. Yeah, there's black folks at the Renaissance Fair. There's probably more now than there's ever been. And even when I was younger, there'd be a couple that get really into it. But it's just like, it's not for me. It's not for me. All right. So this is not surprising, shocking, or surprising. A new study suggests woke culture and pandering has had limited impact on LGBTQ mental health and suicide rates. Now, let's be fair. With this pandemic over the past 18 to 24 months, the rates, the rates of mental health issues and suicide have been sky high across the board, across each and every demographic. Without going into this study, let's just be honest. It's completely mental health is at an all-time low, at least in my life. Let's see. Oh, where they're straight. It's a good question. It's on the spectrum, you bigot. And that's true. That's what they say. But orcs aren't black people, so keep that in mind. You know, no one fucking went to the Renaissance Fair as an orc. New study has found that despite numerous LGBT positive advancements in American society, such as shifts in attitude, that have had a limited impact on stress processes and mental health. Sexual minority people, I've never heard that phrase, whatever, suggesting that the regional societal focus on woke culture and minority pandering have been less beneficial for the intended recipients than proponents claim. But no. Pandering is not for the group that is being pandered for. It's for the people doing the pandering. So that's not even the case. I get that most people don't know that, or I'm not saying that they don't know that, but that's not how it's presented. But the people who do all this pandering, whether it's LGBTQ, minority, whatever it is, it's not for that group. It's for the people doing it. It's for the people to wag their finger and tell you how good they are. It's for virtue signaling points. It's not for It's not none of these things that have happened have been for the mental health of LGBTQ individuals or any individual. So I mean, this is not surprising at all. Oh, this is Bobby Drake being gay. This is ridiculous. This is an old study, but I mean, I know it takes a while to go through all the information and data, but still, 2016-2017 study conducted by a team of psychologists. This is pre-pandemic. A sexual orientation specialist brought to the bounding in the comics attention by the Gothic Therapy YouTube channel. Master of the TDS, hell, Master of the TDS. I know of him. Cool. Uh, he studied 1,518 participants to assess how stress, identity, connectedness with the community, or LGBT community. It's LGBT, so they're missing a lot of letters. It's QIA plus, you bigots. And sexual distress and suicide behavior varied across three distinct classifications of sexual minority people. Sorry about all that gibberish. The word salad is a medical study. According to the researchers' findings across three groups labeled Pride, born 56 to 63, Visibility, born 74 to 81, and Equality, born 90 to 97, named after the respective issues facing each LGBT generation. Though members of the younger generation were coming out sooner than their predecessors, there were no signs of improved social environment attenuated to expose them to stressors. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. This is too high level for me to chew. Attune to exposure. Okay. With both distal stressors such as violence and discrimination and proximal stressors such as internalized homophobia and expectations of rejection. What? Okay, again, I'm a little lost in reading all this. And they're showing, shout out to Bounty showing all these LGBTQ comics. This is a Star-Lord going, becoming a couple's, turn a couple into a throuple. This is completely weird. Psychological distress, suicide behavior also not improved. Indeed, worse for the younger than the older cohorts, as the study shockingly found. These findings suggest that change in societal environment had limited impact on stress processes and mental health. They use the term sexual minority people. While researchers found the younger generation had less exposure to such stressors, such as being hit, beaten, or physically attacked or assaulted, or even attempted robbery. They were also surprised that this group of respondents claimed to experience more everyday discrimination and internalizing homophobia than their older cohort. So basically, you can make an argument that wokeness is driving these people even more. This is driving people crazy. Internalized homophobia, because now everyone has to have internalized discrimination, internalized white supremacy. Who comes up with this shit? Internalized misogyny. Internalize this, internalize that. So now this sounds like something they learned in college. So basically what this is saying is younger individuals of the alphabet group LGBTQIA plus are more stressed out probably about nonsense and minutia that's been overblown. What the fuck does this even mean? Oh boy. To that end, perhaps the most worrying bit of the study's findings, however, is that despite the country becoming more accepting and welcoming over the past 65 years, the suicide rate among LGBT individuals has been on a steady rise. Remember, this is between 2016 and 2017. This was a modern study. I would say, hey, numbers are up across the board, regardless of your group. But this is from a few years ago, more than a few years ago. So 30% of the younger cohort, 20%, 24% of the middle, 21% of the older had reported one attempt in their lifetime. So younger people had way higher incidences of attempt as far as percentage. So this shit is actually making it worse and making it harder for LGBTQ individuals. At least, granted, this is one study. This is me just chewing the fat off of one study, and again, had struggled with it. But that's not a crazy interpretation from this study, right? Because they literally listed internalized homophobia as one of the big issues, And that's not something that's something that comes from the same cloth, the same tree of all the other woke garbage. This wokeness is literally just driving motherfuckers crazy of the groups that they're championing. Again, like if I didn't know any better, I would say that this wokeness, these pandering groups, their goal is to destroy and to harm every single group they're allies to. I've been saying that for a while. So let's see what you guys are talking about. Oh, look at this racist Wookiee. I don't know orcs wear do-rags, so there's that. Racist. I'm just joking. There's an actual point a lefty tried giving me for why orcs are like black people. Real talk. I think you've talked about that. We've had that conversation. Maybe DC should bring back the old Batman villain, the rainbow creature, and it reimagine him as a sexual conversion monster, meaning he turns people gay. Oh boy, that would be a nightmare. And the Doctor Dares make up stuff like that. Yeah, internalized homophobia. So now the younger generation have a higher instance of internalized homophobia and have a higher instance of suicide. That's kind of fucked up. I know this is one study. You can only take, what can you really take from one single study? That's what the one low comment says. No, seriousness, if I was tormented by identity crisis so awful I couldn't stand to be in my own skin, and everyone I went to help for told me there was nothing wrong with me, and I'm supposed to be ecstatic about the thing that makes me miserable, what comfort should I realistically take and know that an imaginary character shares my life situation? Oh boy, this is why representation is useless, man. I don't want to be represented, man. You can't represent me in some fucking fictional character. The fuck? Are you kidding? One sentence, validating a mental illness only makes it worse, but of course, the confused alphabet. Okay, we're not going to get into this because we don't want to get any more trouble in these comments. But it's just, okay, Superman. It's interesting. It's an interesting, I'm not shocked again. I've said this is going to be the case. I've said that these groups, it says YouTube, your last comment, fuckers. I'm not sure what it was. The world will never know. Again, not shocked that this is the case. It's sad that it's the case. But I've said this is representation. All this shit doesn't work. All right. Like I said, there's these are only the real two things to talk about. You know, that was just kind of just something that, because I just thought it was interesting. And it kind of it goes off of what I've been saying. Again, these allies don't want to help. They only wish to harm. All right, guys. I wanted to show this. If you are watching this live or watching this on the playback, expect for there to be a huge jump because I'll have to trim out the Batman trailer, no doubt. So just giving you that warning, there's going to probably be an awkward jump, but because I have to trim this out because that's just how it is. But for anyone watching live, there's only four or five of us. Still, I appreciate you being here. Let's watch the Batman trailer and then I will react to it. Is it okay? Sheesh, don't go to the next trailer yet. Shit,
buddy, what would you do?
Oh, this is a different trailer. Okay, fuck you. Just fuck it. All right, so we're back. Again, there may have been a jump. So sorry if you're joining me and there was a jump because this had to get clipped out as far as the trailer. My thoughts. So I still have cautious optimism, but I have like the issues that I had from a year ago whenever the first trailer came out. None of them have been satisfied, if that makes sense. So the things I'm cautious about, I'm still cautious about. I can't just say the first trailer because the Riddler reveal also is something I'm cautious. I'm still not sure about the Riddler. I'm still very much not sure about the Riddler. I don't think he is the Riddler. I mean, he is, but I don't, you know what I mean? He's not. So, the question mark in his coffee. He's edgy. Okay. But, I mean, it had a lot of cool looking action. Fitz Chozo brings up, if you want to be physics, think about physics. So Batman has a bulletproof suit, makes him resistant to the force from the gun. Yeah, he should be not bad at point blank range, even if the armor is pretty resistant. I guess you could say the shocks the shockwaves being absorbed by some high tech. I don't know. I I guess they just expect you to just. It's a movie, so don't think about it too much. Not saying you should, but that's their expectation. Because you're right. You should still be getting, at least he should have a lot of bruises and shit. You know what I mean? You should be fucked up by that shit. And then at point blank range, I'm sure some of that armor's getting shattered. But you're right. Let's not nitpick a comic book movie. I still am on the fence about Patterson. I'm not talking about the weight gate, so to speak. We don't know what happened with that. Still looks slender, but I don't know if that was an issue. We don't know. We weren't there. We heard the rumors, but they could be false. They could be true. It's something about the vibe. There's also something, I guess it has been almost 20 years since Batman Begins. But similar to what I say with Spider-Man, I don't really want to see a young Batman again. I really would like a prime established Robin Batman. Like Batman and Robin. I would like to see a Batman and Dick Grayson Robin, maybe at the tail end of him being Robin before he becomes Nightwing. It'd be nice to have that in the arc of movies. Dick Grayson's transition into Nightwing would be interesting. But we got the Batman we got. Looks like it could be a solid movie, but I can't help to, like, in the back of my head, something just seems like it's not going to be off. But there were cool moments. I like is that Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Makeup looks really good. I think a lot of people commented on that. He was fun. He was cool. Um, Again, not sold on this Riddler, this Jigsaw Riddler. I think somebody said that earlier. Who said that? Was it Wookie? Maybe it was somebody else. I could have swore somebody called him Jigsaw. Oh no, it was somebody who called him Jigsaw. Was it Fitz Chozo? I'm sorry, I just saw the comment and I missed it because I'm a failure. Here he is, Fitz Chozo. Don't like the Riddler and the Batman because it's not even Riddler's Jigsaw. Yeah. I want to see a Dick Grayson Robin in a Batman movie. Yeah, starting Dick Grayson. Yeah, I really want. I want his whole arc. Yeah, I did. The mob boss was supposed to be Penguin. Yeah, that was a Colin Farrell. He was fine. He's fine. Hell Nelson the Gentleman. He says, "Hell, dude, gotta go, but I'll catch the rewatch tomorrow." Real quick, do you think that man has bat condoms in a utility belt? No, Batman goes raw. He just goes raw. At least that's what the rumor was. This would be the best case scenario, Zax. Hell, Zax. Do a limited series of Batman and HBO. Honestly, I'd rather just a full series, not limited, not just like one or two. Like give us a 5 to 7 season arc of Batman, live action. Have him start similar to the Batman animated series. He's an established Batman. There is a Robin. He's Batman and Robin. Maybe you can get that starting Dick Grayson into Nightwing arc amongst other arcs in that process. And yeah, this is kind of my hope from Flash. You know what? That's another trailer I might check out during the stream because it was DC Fandom. So I am actually going to watch that because I saw that trailer existed. But Michael Keaton's going to be in Flash, supposedly, as Batman. It would be nice to have Michael Keaton in a Batman Beyond situation. There's no reason you can't do that. There's nothing. Sorry about knocking into the mic again. Alternate stand. But there's nothing stopping you from doing that. So do it. Yeah. So you want to see a starting Dick Grayson? I think Zax has it. Not just a limited series, but a full series. And Batman would get us both what we want, a full arc. One positive about Titans, they had a great Dick Grayson Nightwing. A lot of people, they're mixed on Titans, but they still watch it. I think, DC fans are pretty hardcore. They're Raider fans. So they'll still watch it. Listen, there are DC fans who have seen the entire Berlanti verse, even if they don't like it. They've seen the entire thing. Because they're hardcore like that. That's just how they roll. So I don't know. I'm a huge Batman fan. It's my favorite fictional character. I'm borderline worried, man. Even though again I saw some cool stuff, I'm borderline just like And I wish I could tell you what it was. I mean, part of it's the Riddler. Part of it is just he doesn't feel. He feels even in scenes where he's in his bat suit. There's just something about him that feels like too young. And I know he's in his 30s, Robert Pattinson, but just something he feels like a kid as Batman. He just does. I don't know if more size would have helped. I don't know. And I'm not the biggest fan of the suit. I'm not the biggest fan of that suit either. Hold on a second. I'm actually queuing up the Flash trailer because we're gonna watch that next. And then we'll watch the Black Adam trailer and meme of the day. Positive story. Again, probably shorter episode. But as far as Batman, it's just I'm not the biggest fan of the suit. I'm not the he just comes off a little weak. And then there's this like awkwardness is the best way to put it. Let me hopefully I don't get got for every scene. Let me actually just turn the sound off. And so I can show maybe they'll let me show some of this with the sound down. So let's go through it. He's something about the way he look. It's this false sense of attention. He looks like he's acting like Batman. That's what it is. He comes off like he's trying to be Batman. And not that he is Batman, that he's acting like Batman. That's the real scene. Okay, well, it's just like rage for rage's sake. Look at his face. It's something little kid trying to be tough about him. He almost looks more like Dick Grayson trying to be Batman than Bruce Wayne trying to be Batman. Does that make sense? And that has nothing to do with any rumors I've heard. That's just me looking at the scene and seeing it with my eyes, with the fight scenes even. And I'm sure some of them are stunt people, just it's this lack of authoritativeness, this lack of that's it. Maybe this is what they wanted. But it's not necessarily what I wanted. Now, in going through the trailer, there's a lot of cool elements to it. There's still a lot more action shown in this trailer. And I got to give the trailer credit. It didn't really show the story too much. You see things with Catwoman. This looks cool, just visually, with the cape flapping. Still, I'm that neck on the Gotham by Gaslight neck on the collar. Not a fan of. It's a penguin. What's this? What's the Riddler doing? Something about it. He just, he comes off like he's impersonating Batman. Where fucking Christian Bale was so fucking intense, you can make fun of his bad voice all you want. He was intense. She looks cool, to be fair. Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. She looks fine. She looks absolutely fine. No issues with her. Shout out to London. Shout out to London. It's supposed to be Gotham. This is London. Shout out to APM. Shout out to all the blokes in London. I don't know if APM is based out of London. I know he's out of England. Shout out to Rajesh. Shout out to all the blokes out there. I don't know, man. I want to see it. I'm still going to see it. I'm still going to watch it. It's just, man. And you can't, you know what? I almost think of this, and I said this last year when I very first saw the trailer, and I still feel this way. This movie can be like a team that wins a Super Bowl with a mediocre quarterback, where the defense is good, the offensive players outside the quarterback are good, and they're able to wield the team to a title with a weaker quarterback. That's what this feels like, where the special effects look cool. Even though I don't necessarily think this is the Riddler. Again, if this was Zaz, there's a lot of other characters I'd have been a bigger fan of. But the vibe, whatever's going on with the Penguin, the story everything else may make up for whatever Robert Pattinson lacks, and it could still be a good movie. And that's what I'm almost predicting. But I still have my trepidation. I still have my fear, but I still want to see it. I definitely still want to see it. I just don't think he was the right cast. There's nothing. Again, there's no rumor that's making me say that. That's me looking at the trailer, looking at the moments, and saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. So Fish Chozo, someone Titans is saying it's terrible, and I haven't seen the episode Waffles. Not sure if that's a reference to something else. You were thinking the 6 episode season, complete story, no filler, make it a yearly event. I could dig that. I could dig that. Do a few seasons like that, 6 or 7 episodes. Twilight will make it so much of a better Nightwing or a Terry McGinnis in the Batman Beyond situation. That's how he comes off. That's how he comes off in the trailer. He doesn't come off like Batman. And maybe again, Fish shows you're right. We did get this as Batman Begins, a younger Batman, and maybe that's what it is. We got to do young Batman, so he's got to be unsure of himself. But it's just something inauthentic. And that could be what they're trying to do. Maybe that's a story element of him trying to figure that out. But it's not what I wanted. You know what I mean? You can still tell that story. It's just not what I wanted. And agree 100% on that. Not sure on what. The car is clean. The car is clean. Actually, I think it's saying the car is real clean. I really do like the car. It does seem like something that can be put together. Where's that's a cool scene. That's a cool scene. Can't possibly be worse than Clooney. That's fair. No bat nipples, no badass. Waffles is a Teen Titans Go episode. Never seen that episode. Yes, he says Wookiee best episode. Go there. You can see Catwoman's ass cheeks on it. Talk about his face. Hey, she's a cutie. I wish Catwoman's ass cheeks were on my face. Sheesh. Yeah, Riddler. They didn't show Riddler in the trailer, but if you've seen that still they've shown, I hate the way the Riddler looks. It's not Riddler, man. It's not Riddler. And Cotton Connection is live. Got to roll with my set. Okay. Okay, Wookie. Okay, Wookie. After seeing this trailer, I think Batman must be dead. Well, at least, yeah. Maybe. I mean, Batman's not dead. He is probably overexposed. And we'll see if this movie is good. I'm hopeful. You've heard my critiques, my trepidation, my worries, but I'm hopeful. I'm still gonna be hopeful. Let's get into the next trailer. This is almost a baby fandom episode. They keep using vengeance. Vengeance for once. His parents. Vengeance. Parents. That's another thing. Using just vengeance. He just says I'm vengeance. That's just supposed to get fans to jerk. Oh, he said vengeance. It's like the cartoon. Oh, oh. I know Disney doesn't own that, but still. Oh, they said vengeance. I like it. There it is. I'll buy it. Oh. No, not the franchise. Martha, why'd you say that name? I like the franchise. You think in the movie Batman is dead? Like that is Nightwing. That's what it almost looks like. But I think it's confirmed as Bruce. Man, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So something I'm less optimistic on, and I have not seen this trailer at all. So this is a teaser trailer. This was at Fandom. This is basically Fandom coverage. We will play this again. Anyone watching this playback, we'll probably have the same situation where this trailer will be clipped out, and then you'll get me when I come back on the other end. So I apologize if that's the case, but that's YouTube in this modern era. So I will see you guys later. But anyone here is live again. Only 5 or 6 people. We will watch the trailer together. So here we go.
Greetings, DC fandom and domers.
Whoa.
Ezra Miller here.
Whoa. Okay. Like, he had to do the choker thing. Especially because he's known as a choker. We've seen Ezra Miller. When do we get to the trailer? Because Ezra Miller, not to the same extent. Jesus, he does a lot of talking. Yeah, we weren't about to sit to 30 seconds so you ramble, buddy. All right. Real quick, let's take a gander.
Are you in?
So this is Supergirl Who the fuck is this? Is that him? Wait a second. Why didn't y'all have fucking Grant Gustin in this motherfucker if y'all gonna do alternate universes? I don't know. Man, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one at all. I had some positives about Batman, man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I heard the same reports, Fizz. This is just apparently a Justice League movie with Flash name slapped on, but it's not real. You know, you have Supergirl, Sasha Callier. She looks less what did we call her? Kelly Marie Tran. Because it seemed like they were trying to de-emphasize her sexuality because she's a very pretty girl. Um, so she's involved, and this is probably Keaton, but it's like they didn't show. I don't know. I was never too high on Flash. I'm not an Ezra Miller guy. I'd rather Grant Gustin. The first few seasons of the Flash were really good. I stopped after that. I'm very mixed on this. Very mixed to negative. I'm happy to see Keaton. It's cool that he's confirmed in it. Basically, you see the old Keaton Batmobile. We'll see what else this does. I'll be happy to see Keaton. I'll be happy. Surprises, Patman. We'll do Patterson in this one too. Oh, there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. I'm not. I have nothing to say. I don't really have any in-depth analysis. They are definitely teasing Keaton heavily. He's definitely gonna. I mean, hopefully it's cool. They haven't established this Flash at all. We're still in this weird place with the whole Justice League verse. Like this isn't one consistent universe. We have a new bat. It's just this is wild. This is wild. How the fuck is a normie supposed to follow the DC universe? Can somebody explain that to me? Because as somebody who does follow this shit and not for a living, but for a hobby, pays a lot of attention, a lot more than a normal person. I am very confused on the canon of the DC universe. Incredibly confused. Because Wonder Woman is going to keep going on, and this is the same Flash we got in Justice League, and we obviously got Aquaman keep going on, but we're not going to have the same Batman and Superman? I guess. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm less optimistic on this, more cautious. We'll see. Definitely Flashpoint references. Let me actually turn the sound off and kind of go through the trailer like I did with the last one. So his suit it was the Flashpoint Flash suit. That the lightning this and not to get butt cheeks, but the yellowness going through his suit, that's the Flashpoint Flash. So I meant to go to that side. This stuff, that's the Flashpoint era. So he definitely definitely a Flashpoint or Flashpoint Paradise if you saw the cartoon. Flashpoint for the comic art. This is definitely a reference to that, not just the suit, but the movie itself. He probably saves his mother, has a ripple impact, and it creates some ripple with the different universes, and he grabs a few people to try to stop him or something. I don't know. That's probably what it is. I'll probably watch it, but I'm not going to be optimistic, man. Not really optimistic. I can't lie. So I don't really have much to say on that one. Like I said, to go back to the Keaton references, what you guys saw, there's that obviously, and at the end, this is obviously it's shaped like the Keaton Mobile, and that's probably what it is. And hey, there's people asking, is this the perfect way to reboot the DCEU? I mean, it is a way of rebooting it. I don't know if it's the perfect way. It's the way they're going with. You know what? If you had a better Flash, it probably would be, all things said. Because the Flashpoint, I mean, it's ironic because the DCEU is based on the New 52, which leads in the Flashpoint instead of the opposite way where they did the New 52-esque characters and now they're ending it with Flashpoint and starting anew and rebooting the franchise, so to speak. So we'll see. We'll see. All righty. Let's get to this one. Now, this is the one I'm very cautiously optimistic. Black Adam My man 24/7, shout out to 24/7 Fusion Media on last week's Primetime Kings, which is now on Sundays to accommodate my crazy ass schedule. So we had an episode last week, so please check that out on his channel. But he corrected me. This movie, I thought it had been in production for like 8 or 9 years, which is still a long ass time. Still around the Man of Steel era. No, this predates the Man of Steel era. This was being produced back in the Nolanverse era. This Black Adam. This is something that's been in developmental hell for almost a decade. And I'm very intrigued to see what they've come up with. So let's get into it. This is the Black Adam trailer. Again, anyone who's watching this playback, there's probably going to be a cut here as well. And then when we come back, we'll talk about it and try to break the trailer down a little bit more. I hopefully have more to say on this trailer than I did the last one. Again, I don't really, the Flash. I'm happy to see Keaton. Scared about everything else. All right, but here's Black Adam. With a guy
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a
everybody
studio.
wants to get their commercial. Shut up, asshole. Fuck off. There's something about seeing a brutal death scene in the trailer that gets you excited. I mean, I hope this isn't the same thing that happened with Mortal Kombat, but he fries that motherfucker. He just fries that motherfucker, and he looks imposing. Like a lot of times, they almost shoot The Rock to look less imposing because he's so big next to normal humans. But they did the opposite. They made sure you realize this motherfucker's like 6'4", 270, and he's huge. He's a big motherfucker. Like, and Fish Chozo says Shazam was in development hell for even longer. Yeah, Ezra Miller makes my skin crawl too, Zax. The soldier's going to be fine. Walk it off. Yeah, you smell what The Rock was cooking. It was him. Shit, that was dope. This is to me. Now we haven't seen. It doesn't show enough to let you know anything bad or good. Just a short, simple, sweet scene that's supposed to get you excited, and it does that for me, man. Still, there's still a mystery on what this movie's gonna be like. Huge mystery on what this movie's gonna be like. And I'm still cautious on what this movie's gonna be like, man. Been in developmental hell for a long time. Did I get claimed? I got. I knew it would. I knew I would. I told you guys it would happen. Let's see what's going on the YouTube side of things. My stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected copyrighted audio. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Stream is unavailable. Hopefully it lets me back. Wow. You know what? Does it still record? It'll still be recording this, so I'm gonna still keep going for a little bit just to record it and maybe play it. Yeah, VW didn't kill himself. Oh Jesus! This is what it said. VW didn't kill himself. Shout out to Tater Squad. I guess I'll post this later. The recorded version. This is really fucked up. So there's still people waiting in the trailer or in the back. Yeah, what the fuck? You know what's really crazy about this thing? Do you think I'm hurting the copyright? Do you think I'm hurting things? You think a channel, yeah, I got like 600 some odd people, 5 or 6 people in the chat. You think I'm hurting things? I'm not even as big as I was months ago, where at least be 20 or so people in the chat. Not even that big. Not even that relevant. Are you guys going to bring me back? I'm back! Thank God! What the fuck was that? What in the fuck was that, man? Yeah, I'm back. Hey, Code Era. So yeah, I'll probably post this whole thing clip with the thing clipped out. As well. Yeah, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Vig is back. Tell a friend. Man, I still talked a little bit because it was recording, and that just the thing that pisses me off about this. I'm a very small channel. Very small. Got like 600 people. Used to have more people in my streams when I had 200 or 300 people. Used to have like 20 some odd people on it. Why would you even, let's say I was infringing on your copyright where I care. Guess what I'm actually doing? As Fish chose, why would companies take me down for a trailer? I'm actually helping. Yeah, I didn't like I like 2 out of these 3 trailers. If I had more pull, I'd be giving out an honest opinion on your product and giving more people viewership to your product. Or even if they've seen the trailers again, they get to see it again. I'm not hurting you. I'm not infringing on your copyright. This is actually fair use. But you guys are fucking with me. Who cares? Like I said, it'll be clipped out when we play it back, or when you watch the playback. It's completely bullshit. Yeah, I'm showing a legit commercial and adding to it. I'm showing your commercial and you're claiming me for it. Yeah, you can't keep a good vigilante down. All righty. Okay, so as far as Black Adam, now we have it muted because we don't want any issues. Again, this is the same company, Warner Brothers. I like 2 out of your 3 trailers. I'm happy to see this. I kind of want to see Black Adam. I actually kind of want to see Black Adam. If we're just judging off the trailers, even though this was the simplest of the 3 and took the least, it does the most in showing me why I should want to see this movie. Keeps it simple, shows some violence, shows I'm going to get a cool, badass character. That's all I want. I guess I kind of got that from the Batman trailer, but again, I keep seeing that twinkle in his eye, and it's not a good one. It's one that just shows I'm trying to be tough. I want to be tough. It's like, you gotta just be. The Rock just is. Like, when you look at, maybe I should bring up the face. You don't see The Rock's whole face, but there is a scene, if I can find it. Yeah, I think it's right here. Look at The Rock's face there compared to what we got from Pattinson. He just looks like he's about to fuck somebody up. There's just something, dare I say, more masculine. And The Rock, he's had his little, you know how WWE gets down. Has his art come complete now that he's a villain? Man, I kind of want to see this. We'll see if it's good. We'll see if it's worth the hype. We'll see if it's worth all this developmental hell. We'll see if it's worth all this crap. I'm cautiously optimistic. So we'll see. So we're about an hour in. Again, this is going to be a pretty short episode. My meme of the day, it's not really a meme. It's actually old. Very old. It's actually a shout out to I haven't seen him in a while. I've seen him sometimes in other chats, but I guess he doesn't love me anymore. Oh, Snorter Poopus. This is his Russian cousin. And I just saw this, and I've seen it before. I'm like, you know what? This will be the meme of the day. Shout out to Snorter Poopus. Q-Burr. I hope you come back. Somehow the bear looks Russian too.
Нос холодный у него? Не как у собаки.
Ну это, слышь, на улице-то не тепло, блядь.
Nothing safer than feeding a fucking polar bear, right? Like cookies or whatever the fuck they're feeding them.
Ему мяса надо килограммов 5. Ему тут печенежка. Ну все, гуляй. Все, до свидания.
That's it. That's it. There's nothing to talk about. Just want to show a polar bear. Shout out to Snorter Poopus. Hope he's doing good. I haven't seen him in the chats in a while. Maybe once or twice last week, but just don't see him as much as we used to. So shout out to Snorter Poopus. And speaking of animals, we're ending on this. This has kind of been my fandom coverage. You know what? Was there another trailer? I think somebody said something before I end. Because that was a guy on the positive story. There was one more story I saw. Yeah, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Did they release a new trailer for that? I'm actually gonna check. Let me check and see if they did, and then that way we can end on that and kind of complete the Fandom episode. Fandom, I call Fandom episode of Vigilante Williamson on Saturday night, late Saturday night, with Vigilante Williamson. And they did release a new trailer. for fandom. So all right, let's try to get claimed again. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Do it live. Yeah, so let's get claimed one more again. Let's do one more trailer. And then we'll get into a positive news story and get out. Russians are a different kind of white people. Apparently. Just fucking feeding the polar bear. What the fuck? And like hand in the mouth of the polar bear. Like there's no issues with that. And then I remember Khabib fucking wrestling a bear when he was younger. And they released one for Gotham Knights too. Okay, we'll do. Might as well do those. Might as well keep the fandom coverage open or going. I did, especially because we're going kind of short. They had a few different trailers. See a Super Pets trailer. So there was a few different things. Let's see. So it's gonna be a quarter Owls game. So Batman's gonna be Talon. That's how this is. Talon is the main Talon's gonna be Bruce. And I hate to just spoil that while not before even watching the trailer, but just as soon as I see quarter Owls, I'm like, oh, that's what this is. Fucking Bruce is gonna be Talon. So we'll go with the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, and then we will go with Gotham Knights. Again, if you're watching this episode, the trailer we've gotten shut down for trailers, so there's no guarantee you'll see this whole thing. It'll be chopped up into pieces, but we will see that. Let's see what Zach says. First Batman trailer made him look weak. Batman shouldn't have had to hit a flunky 8 times. Exactly. He has to hit that motherfucker so many times. He comes off young, inexperienced, weak in all of these trailers. And that's just what his character comes off as. Trying to be tough. Trying. He comes off like a rich kid trying to be tough. And again, maybe that was intentional. Who knows? But let's see what this is going on in this video game. I'm excited for both of these games. A little bit more for Gotham Knights. Even though I believe Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, they both actually have companies that have worked on the Arkham series. But if I remember correctly, the company who did this did most of the games, and the one that did Gotham Knights only did like 1 or 2 of them. So in any event, let's watch these trailers. I'll give a separate reaction for each. Again, if you're watching this live, there'll probably be a cut because I have to clip all this out like I did with all the other trailers. But here we go. You know what? I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of the modern Suicide Squad. I did like the movie they did earlier this year. It's just such a tired vibe. I wasn't a huge fan of Guardians. The quirky, odd couple group in an impossible situation, but they're so charming and lovable. It's like, okay. That has nothing, but that's the story. The game, we didn't really see gameplay in that trailer. We just saw story. I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming it's a takeoff of the Arkham mechanics, which I'm also assuming something similar for Gotham Knights. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people want to play this. I still do want to play it, but this trailer does nothing in helping that. It's more of Rocksteady's own. If I remember correctly, they've already done some Arkham games in their own reputation more so than what I saw in this trailer. So this trailer does nothing to make me more excited for this game. It's just, they're quirky and it's an impossible situation, but it might be a fun game. We will see. Let's see what some of the comments. Next year's gonna be fun. Doof. I don't know. We didn't see gameplay. Story looks meh, but the game may be fun. Until we see gameplay, we really don't know. And Small Time say strong whammon war, and that's Waller, Amanda Waller. She's sadly been the proto version of that. She was been around since the 80s, if I remember correctly. And Cold Air is happy to finally play Batgirl in the open world. As far as the next trailer that we're going to be showing, the Gotham Knights. I've already spoiled it. Sorry, spoiler alert. But the Court of Owls, they have Talons, and I believe Talon will be Bruce Wayne. I believe the last boss is going to be Bruce Wayne. But I hate to spoil it. Let's just see what this trailer again. Probably going to be clipped out, but let's go. Yeah. Again, not much gameplay. I mean, maybe there was a few clips of gameplay, mainly story. So there's that. As far as the trailer goes, similar to the last trailer, there was really nothing they could do to make me not want to play it. But this story looks a little bit more interesting to me personally, than the Suicide Squad one. Still, I actually probably end up buying both. Excited for both of these games. Really could have used, and I'm sure, and I'm hopeful that there's some gameplay footage out there. I do want to see some gameplay. I do want to see what it's going to look like. But optimistic. Excuse me. Optimistic. Yeah, Zax. I really, you and me both, man. I really want to see gameplay. It's really hard to judge. Oh, the story looks good, but who cares? I mean, I know some games are story games, but I'm not coming for this just for the story. I do want a good story. Don't get me wrong. I'm coming for this for the gameplay, and I really want to see the gameplay in both of these games. What's the online modes going to be? What's the co-op going to look like? Is there going to be competitiveness in the online modes? Those are the questions I want answered. Maybe they've been answered elsewhere. You guys let me know in the chat. But I really would have liked to see some stuff to give me some information on that. And this is just story stuff, which is cool. That's fine. But I really want to see the gameplay, how this game is going to work, and see some of the features I may have. Because online co-op really is something that intrigues me about both games. So those are going to be elements that I'm really interested in. And we didn't see that from either game trailer. So that's a knock on both to me. Especially if both are coming out next year. You would think there's enough to show something. But we'll see. And yeah, I did see that trailer or the gameplay thing a while ago. It was a long time ago for Gotham Knights. It was like almost a year ago. So Gotham Knights is solo. There is no co-op? I thought there was going to be co-op. I thought there was going to be some co-op on. Maybe it's just what about Suicide Squad? Kills the Justice League. Is that also solo? I thought both games may have some co-op. I could have swore that was advertised for Gotham Knights, but maybe not. Maybe not. Both are supposed to come out in 2022. Somebody else in the comments said that Bruce is going to be a resurrected Talon as well. Let's check it out as far as the I guess this can look. Hold on a second. Let's see. Gotham Knights co-op. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that initial gameplay trailer as well. So So in 2020, last year, there was talk of Gotham Knights. This is Games Radar, which is, I'd say, fairly reliable. This is 2020. They said, hey, Gotham Knights has co-op, will be completely untethered. You can even play as two of the same hero. Gotham Knights is supposed to be a live service game. So they're live service, they have to be co-op. Because what else, limited to 2 players. Oh, and online only. And limited to 2 players, no 4-player teams. What? And so there's push. It was designed for 2-player co-op. So it's only going to be 2-player co-op. And online, I mean, every game has to be live service nowadays. That's why a lot of these games fail. Yeah, the games that succeed big. But a lot of games trying to go that live service route comes up with something that's not really worth it. And then they bottom out. You saw what happened with the Avengers. And only having 2 players, man, I really would have if I'm going to play a live service game where I'm playing online, I really want to play with 4 people. I really do. Because I'm always online just to play with one other person in a non-competitive way. There's not like it's 2-on-2 teams against each other. Man, that seems like that's more pessimistic. That got me more pessimistic than anything I saw in the trailer. Hey, Kai MFS. How you doing, man? Maybe we're not wrapping up. I thought we were wrapping up 20 minutes ago. We're not. We're basically covering a lot of the fandom stuff. We talked about the Batman trailer, which I'm cautiously optimistic on. We talked about the Flash trailer, which I'm less so. Black Adam, more positive. There's not enough to see anything, there's not enough to know, but I'm still optimistic on that. And then the 2 games, Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad, no gameplay on either, even though I thought there was some gameplay for Gotham Knights. But I could have used some gameplay in either of the trailers, personally. I'm a little bit more interested in Gotham Knights than the Suicide Squad game, to be fair. But about a year ago, there was a gameplay. It was official. It was still from DC. About 7 or 8 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole thing because Lord knows we've been claimed enough in this damn stream. So we don't need any more smoke. And so this is a year-old build. It says a pre-alpha build. August 2020. Let's actually just get into it.
This mission is halfway through the Mr. Freeze storyline, and we're playing Batgirl a dozen or so hours into her character progression.
Are there 4 different stories based upon the characters? That bat cycle looks cool.
All units at
this is gameplay.
Air support inbound.
This is alpha, so it's
fire on upper floors.
Funky. Yeah, I saw this before.
Freeze has recently returned to Gotham with a mysterious agenda that involves manipulating the weather to flash freeze the city.
We need a way to get through that ice.
An important goal for Gotham Knights was that players can play all of the game, either solo or in 2-player co-op.
If he wants a fight, he'll get it.
So that's cool. So yeah,
Robin's learned how to access the Justice League satellite for short-range teleportation.
Yeah, this is what you were talking about, the teleportation stuff. So that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it again shares some mechanics with the Arkham games, but it's a little different.
Some more familiar techniques.
It's kind of like a takedown. Okay, so to begin, this is year-old gameplay. Year-old, and we didn't see anything new. I could have used something new, especially for a game that's coming out next year. That's one criticism I will say. All right, Fish shows us to get out of here. We'll probably about to get out of here in a second too. Hey, good morning, All Thinker, aka No Iro. Appreciate you being here. This has basically been a fandom episode. Unfortunately, we've already been claimed, and this will probably be chopped to pieces afterwards. So let's get into a positive story and go ahead and get out of here. I want to thank anybody who's watching this live, watching this unfortunately chopped up playback. He kind of enjoyed a lot of fandom stuff. We did talk about some heavier stuff earlier, but mainly this has been a fandom episode. So, a dog, we love our doggos, our doges. A dog was rescued after being trapped in a deep crevice for 5 days. A dog has been rescued after being trapped in a 20-foot crevice in New York State Park. The dog Liza, oh boy, it's dangerous as shit, was trapped in a rocky crevice near Gertrude's Nose Trail in Minnesota State Preserve in Ulster County, New York. The incident occurred October 7th during a hike with their owner. The park staff attempted unsuccessfully to access the crevice that evening before dark and made other unsuccessful attempts in the following days to get a camera in that narrow area to check the dog's condition. On October 12th, members of the Ulster County SCPA, the New Jersey Initial Response Team, and a regional volunteer group specializing in cave rescue joined the rescue mission. That looks small. The NJIRT members were able to descend into the crevice and get a modified extended catch pole around the dog, which was lifted close enough to be placed in a rescue pack and brought to the surface. The tight vertical fissure, leaving in an even tighter horizontal crack, said Mark Dickey. Only Jessica Van Ord, our smallest team member, was able to squeeze and contour herself. Oh, sorry about that. Was able to squeeze and contour herself more than 40 feet to reach 40 feet from the surface to reach the dog. This incident is a reminder of a single misstep, whether by animal or child or even adult in their caves, can be deadly. We were glad to work with the professionals of the New York State Park and Ulster County SCPA for the best possible outcome. I'm not going to make any jokes like, oh, a woman was useful. I didn't make that joke. Love one. All jokes aside, or non-jokes, SCPA officials determined the dog, while hungry and thirsty, was in good health and was later reunited with its owner while under observation with the camera. The dog was seen licking the damp walls of the crevice, likely providing itself a moisture that helped it survive. Wow. We love the doggos. We love the doges. We always love to leave on some positive stuff because a lot of stuff we talk about can be depressing, even though this episode didn't cover that much of it outside of the cuties criticism early regarding Netflix. But in any event, I want to thank anyone who watched this show live or in the playback. Only God knows how it's going to turn out with all the copyright strikes. But shout out to All Thinker, Fizz Chozo, Kai MFS, came in late. Cold Era, appreciate you. Zax, Small Time, appreciate you as well. Who else showed up? I know Foulball showed up for a little bit. I'm not sure if it's enough comments, maybe too many comments. Obviously, Wookie, who had to leave midstream. Nelson and Gentleman showed up just to say hey. And yeah, there's Foulball. So yeah, we have Foulball. So that is it. I want to thank everybody again for joining. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. Appreciate you being here. Got an applause from Code or a wave from Code Era. Playing Rocket League with your nephew. That's awesome. Pretty cool. Catch you later, brother. Catch you later too. All right. Peace. Hold on. I almost screwed it up. Got to get the outro clip right.
Some mother